Hey, how you doing? So, one of the things about intermittent fasting is it's hard to get reliable information about it and fasting in general. If you go on the internet, you're going to go down some rabbit holes. You've got some very pro fasting information out there, and you've got some very negative fasting information as well. And one of the things you hear about is that if you're losing weight through intermittent fasting or fasting, you're going to hit a wall, meaning that at some point the weight won't be coming off that easily, or when you stop fasting, you're going to have to continue to take in less calories than a normal person does in order to maintain the weight. Or you even find places where people say, look, any weight you lose from fasting, you're guaranteed to gain it back. So I just think that, it's early times for me. It's 7 weeks in. I'm still losing weight. I'm not doing super long fasts. The longest I'm doing is, day and a half, or I guess I did a couple 42-hour ones, I guess, so a bit more than a day and a half. And I've seemed to have got into a rhythm now where on one day I will eat between, say, 4 and 7, and the next day I either won't eat or I'll just have it a restricted amount of calories, say maybe 500 calories during that day. So for a lot of people, this may sound severe, but the fact is, I'm finding it I'm very comfortable, and I'm still losing weight. And I do know one thing, that eating whenever I felt like it and eating tons of carbs and sweets and made me really unhealthy, made me obese, almost morbidly obese. That's why I'm almost morbidly obese, dude. Had a BMI of 39.6, point 0.4 away from technically being morbidly obese, and type 2 diabetes. So I'm willing. It was time for me to try something different, and so far I have to say, I've lost close to 30 pounds in 7 weeks, and I'm not seeing any wall in sight. And I don't think I'm going to have to, do longer and longer fasts to keep the weight coming off. And that's one of the reasons why I'm, making this video journal, is so that you can see that it can be done, that you can intermittently fast for a long time. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get down to my goal of 180. But keep some things in mind. Like, I think the world record for fasting, a fellow was 462 pounds, and I think he went 382 days without eating. He just took water and vitamins, and he got down to 180 pounds. And I think when he was done, he only gained 10 pounds over the years after that. So obviously, I'm not recommending that you, not eat for a year. But the point is that I'm not taking on a fast where I'm not eating and just drinking water and doing vitamins until I've lost 120 pounds. I'm not doing that at all. So I'm still nourishing my body, if not every day, every second day, and it's working. So I guess I'll have to, you hear some people talk about at some point you have to eat thermic foods. I think I have a list here somewhere. I don't know where I put it, but 10 foods that help you to burn fat. And there's everything from apple cider vinegar to ginger, eggs, fatty fish, hot peppers, all things I enjoy. So who knows? Maybe I'll eventually have to tweak my fasting a bit by including thermic foods, but I don't know. In the meantime, I'm going to go with the horse that brung me. I'm going to keep on intermittent fasting, and I don't want to think negatively. I don't think I'm adversely affecting my health, and I s- I don't think I'm going to hit a wall. And if I do, I don't. I think it'll be perhaps a gradual slowing. Like I have admit, I really surprised that I'm averaging about 4 pounds of weight loss a week. I am surprised by that, and so I'm not going to be concerned if my weight loss rate goes down as long as I'm losing weight. It's I did a video earlier where I said, you can Seinfeld your way to better health. Just do nothing, as long as one of the things you're not doing is eating. And I feel the same way. If you can, you subtract 2, 3, or 4 from a larger number. If you can, then you can intermittent fast, because that's essentially all I'm doing is I'm fasting and I'm subtracting 2, 3, or 4 pounds a week of weight, and doing that until I hit my goal of 180 pounds. So I'm skeptical about people who say there's a wall, and hopefully you'll be tracking me and seeing if in fact I reach it, and what adjustments I make. I suspect I won't reach it. So I'm don't believe the internet. Is it? I don't know if you know this, but back in the 1989, 90, they actually weren't calling it the internet. It had yet to be gone on. It wasn't online yet, but people were calling it the information superhighway, which I've always wished that they'd kept that. I think it sounds a lot better than the internet. But of course, a lot of the information is contradictory, and all I know is that Jason Fung. I know I'm referencing him because his work convinced me that I could safely intermittently fast and do exercise and eat healthily and get rid of my diabetes and lose a ton of weight. So I don't think there's going to be a wall, and if there is, I think it's going to be more of a much smaller barrier. It's just something like maybe the rate at which I lose weight will slowly decrease, but that won't be my concern. If I'm still losing weight, that's all that matters. And if I end up with a normal blood sugar, with my type 2 diabetes in remission, that's all that matters. So to quote Michael Jackson, I'm going to be off the wall, over the wall. All right. Well, you guys have a good night. Bye-bye.